In this video, we will explore self-help reading part 1 and part 2. Today's video is going to be extremely important if you're preparing for the self-help exam because we are going to break down reading part 1 and part 2 in a way that most people don't really understand. And let me tell you something very honestly. Most students think their reading is just about understanding English. No, that is where they go wrong. Self-help reading is actually about decision making, time control, strategy, and pattern recognition. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact task structure, what the exam is really testing, high score strategies, and with a real example. Okay? So don't just listen passively. Imagine you're sitting inside the exam. Let's begin. Now, when it comes to part one, what is it all about? This one is reading correspondence. What does that mean? So you will be getting an email or a message and about 5 to 6 questions. So the email could be formal, like workplace, or the email to the landlord or to the university, so and so. And sometimes it can be semi formal also, like a club, service, or organization. But here's the key thing, you are not just reading, you are solving a situation. Got it? And what does it test? That's very important, right? So, this part tests your ability to understand the purpose of the email and the tone of the writer. What are the specific details that has been included, and if there is any hidden meaning, and your ability to think like the reader in that situation. Got it? So it tests whether you can think like the reader. In real life, when you read an email, you don't just read words, right? You ask, what does this person want? What should I do? What is the problem? So that's exactly what CELPIP is testing here. And here are some of the strategy for this part one, the purpose first method. So most students start reading line by line. That's a wrong approach. Instead, you have to use this. Step one, read the first question first because that tells you why you are reading the email. And then, second, identify the purpose, which means what is the purpose? Like, is that a complaint or a request or information or it's an invitation? Got it? And then you have to scan instead of reading like a big novel. Don't read fully. Scan for important answers for the questions. And finally, eliminate the wrong options because self help is not about finding the right answer first. It's about removing wrong answers. Okay. So now let's move on to the proper example. So here is an email. The subject is issue with apartment heating system. And you can just go through this email. This is a simple one. You can pause the video and read it and understand. Then come to the question. So here, the question one is, why did Daniel write this email? And the options are to complain about the maintenance staff, to request urgent repair of heating, to inform about winter conditions, to ask for a rent reduction. It's very important, right? So now don't jump to answer immediately. You have to think like, what is the purpose? If you see the email, he mentioned about the heating problem. He say it's uncomfortable and he requested action, which means the main purpose is the request plus urgency. So the correct answer is option B, to request urgent repair of heating. Why not the other options? Because if you see A, this one is complain about staff. Yes, he mentioned the delay, but not that was not the main purpose. Okay. And C, inform about winter conditions. No, that's just a supporting detail, not the main purpose. Okay, if you see the question here, why did Daniel write this email? That means the main purpose, right? So you have to check for the big idea, the big one, not the supporting or the key details. And for the D, to ask for a rent reduction, again, that's incorrect because it is nowhere mentioned. Got it? So this is how self-help traps you. They give options that are partially correct, but not the main idea. Got it? So now let's move to the second part, reading to apply a diagram. So this part is very interesting. You get a short passage. It could be a diagram or a table or schedule, and you have to match information. So basically, you read and then you apply, then finally you decide. So what is this one test? This test your ability to transfer the information and how you are matching with the logic things and understanding the conditions, and the important truth here is this is not reading. This is problem solving. Okay. So that's why here is a strategy rule injection method. So this method is a powerful method. Kindly make a note of it. First, you have to understand the diagram. That's very important. You should look at the categories, if there are any rules, conditions. Then you have to read the question scenario. Who is the person or what do they need? All these things. Finally, you can apply rules like filter. You eliminate options based on the eligibility, conditions, limitations. Then you can think like this option breaks a rule, so remove it. So that way you need to filter each and everything. Okay. So here is the example community training program options. The City Community Center is offering several short term training programs. Each program has specific eligibility criteria and conditions. Program A, Program B, Program C, Program D, all these things have been given here. So you can just pause the video, kindly go through the each program, check the conditions, eligibility, so and so, and then come to the question. Here is the scenario. Now, Rahul is 27 years old and is currently unemployed but actively looking for a job. He wants to join a short course that costs less than $500, does not require prior technical experience, and is available on weekends. Now, your job is to identify which program fits him the best, right? Okay, and the options are, of course, we have four programs: Program A, Program B, Program C, and Program D. Now you have to think like a top scorer. This is where most students panic. But we are not going to get panic, okay? Because we are going to apply the rule injection method step by step. First one, you have to identify the conditions. Let's extract Rahul needs. Age 27, budget should be less than $500, no prior experience, and weekend availability, actively seeking job. So already you can see there are multiple filters, right? So now you have to start eliminate one by one. Now don't look for the answer directly. Try to kill the wrong options. If you take program C, $700, too expensive, not comes within Rahul's budget, right? And requires technical experience also. So this one eliminated immediately. Option C. If you take program A, fee is $400. Yes. Age is 18 to 30. Yes, this works, but requires basic computer knowledge. No. So the question is, if you remember, prior experience, yes, that's still a requirement. And also schedule, if you see here, weekdays only, but Rahul wants weekends. So again, program A is also incorrect. Now program D, fee is $350. Yes, the checklist is, you can just start putting a tick mark on each checklist, whatever the Rahul conditions. Yes, it goes. And the second one, no experience required. Perfect. Age bracket fits. Yes, of course. But again, the schedule is evening classes. So here is the trap. Students think evening means flexible. So, okay, no. Rahul specifically wants weekends. Evening doesn't mean that it's a weekend, right? So, this is also eliminated. And finally, program B, 21 to 40, age limit is perfect. Duration, yes, 2 months. Fee $250. Yes, within $500. Schedule weekends. Requirement actively seeking job. So Rahul matches perfectly. Of course, the correct answer is option B. Got it? So this is how you have to filter each and everything in order to get the correct option. Most students would get confused between program B and program D. But remember, CELPIP is not asking which is good. It is asking which is best match. And the best match means satisfies all conditions and does not breaking any rule. Got it? So that's all for today's video. Kindly like, share and subscribe for more CELPIP tips. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.